Redux Redux, which is probably a film you guys have not heard of unless you have been actively looking for films that you have not heard of. It's a little indie film that came out of nowhere. I came across it because I was looking up I was looking for a movie to watch on AMC's Stubs membership on the app, and I like doing that because every so often they show me films that don't get any marketing. They're just there. They just get dropped on there in hopes that some fucking nerd like me will come across them and talk about them. I ended up going, and let me tell you what a wonderful, pleasant surprise it was. The movie is directed by a pair called Kevin McManus and Matthew McManus, so they're brothers. Starring his wife, not Kevin, Michaela have two other films and three shorts, none of which I've ever heard of. So this is sort of their first legitimate break into the mainstream. Not that there's anything really mainstream about the film. You'll understand what I mean when I get into talking about it. She's been in the show One Tree Hill. So for me, these people are complete strangers. So it helps with the suspension of disbelief when it comes to going into a movie. One big pet peeve of mine is when you're going to make an independent project and then you get a big name actor. It's like, I can't suspend shit because I know that's Pedro Pascal for the 18,000th time. So this film follows a mom who has lost her child to a child killer, and so she has a machine, and it gets a little nutty. She has a machine that allows her to jump from multiverse to multiverse, and she uses this machine to find a multiverse where her daughter is still actively alive. But when she doesn't, she dedicates herself to killing the man over and over and over again until she satiates her bloodlust. That never goes wrong. Or she finds a living version of her daughter. That can't go wrong. The movie is simple in premise, yet it still has a hook. It has such a good hook. If there's a comparison that I can make towards this film and other films that have existed, and you know that I love putting one movie and one movie together and making a baby, this is Looper. If you guys have ever seen Looper with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis, this is Looper. It's a Rian Johnson film. Awesome fucking flick. It's Terminator 2, but without the Terminator elements, if that makes sense. There are no droids in this bitch. But it has elements of that because along the way she meets a young girl who is kidnapped by this child killer, and they kind of become a team that travels through different multiverses due to really horrible circumstances that kind of force them to work together. And it's such a Predestination was the movie that I was thinking about. Looper, Predestination, T2. And if you've seen Predestination with Ethan Hawke, my God. So this movie is badass. Right out the bat, the first shot is visceral. It's such a crazy fucking way to start the movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but the moment you see it, you're going to be like, that has got to be one of the sickest ways to start a movie ever. I mean, fuck me. Talk about a cold open. Like, it's insane how good it is. From that moment on, the movie pretty much explores her journey every time she uses this machine. And she uses this machine, and she has a way of acquiring money in this multiverse. She has a way of, she has excuses for wherever her machine lands her. Like, she's been doing this, and it's insinuated that she's been doing this thousands of times. And it's kind of making her numb to killing this man. You obviously know where it's going to go at some point because, whenever you get an adult character and a child character coming together for unforeseen circumstances, you ultimately know that they're kind of, she's an orphan and she's a mom who lost a child. I don't have to say much more for you to go, I kind of know where this is going to go. That being said, the road there is exhilarating. You have these set pieces where the mom is, trying to find this guy, and whenever she gets to him, she just murks the motherfucker in the most brutal ways. and it never gets tiring to watch. Yeah, I find that movies that explore same day sort of groundhog events tend to get boring because they don't know how to like make it give it variation per day. And while this isn't timeline based, it's multiversal based. She lands at the same place. Things are relatively the same, minus a few minor details here or there. So there was a chance for this to become kind of a slog, but man, I did not want this movie to end because of the characterization of the mom. Yeah, she's on a mission, but she's not a complete fucking dour sourpuss. Like, she is kind of a badass. She's also not unbelievably a badass, right? She's not a Mary Sue. Like, you can tell that she's learned how to use a gun and a knife from doing this over and over again. And the guy that she's killing is a sick fuck. So there's a satisfaction from that. The action is brutal and it's almost grindhousey and sort of neo-western in how like the blood splatters work, some of the deaths are, and it's all practical. There is not one single effect in this that can seem like it was generated on a computer. It all seems very practical, which is really surprising considering there is a very sci-fi element to this with multiversal travel. Um, it just worked. Every little bit of this worked, and even the machine itself that she uses to jump from multiverse to multiverse. The thing looks so analog. It looks like it exists in our reality, like almost 80s retro. There's a lot of 80s retro in this. Even the score feels very John Carpenter, very Terminator. It's so fucking good, dude. The way that everything's shot, the way everything looks gritty, dim, and blue, and it's wet with brown and neon blues, and it's just a kind of a noir masterpiece in terms of how it looks like cinematically. Fuck me, it's fucking filthy. Just filth. There's not much I want to say more about this film because I don't want to spoil more than what I've already said. There's not much to spoil set in terms of surprises, but in terms of narrative progression, the stuff that happens with the little girl and her she's 15, so she's not like a little girl. She is a rebellious teenager who's had a really shitty life, so she becomes capable as well. um, and there are a couple surprises, revelations that the movie already tells you they're building towards, but when they happen they're fully satisfying. You also, what I really like about the character is like you get a sense that her she's still coping with the grief no matter how many times she's killed this motherfucker, which is a testament to the idea that revenge really doesn't solve anything. And you know, at first you're just thinking, oh well, this is just her mission. You don't really think about it, but by the end of the movie you go, yeah, she's killed this motherfucker 1,000 times and it hasn't fixed her. It hasn't solved anything. And instead of just telling you that, the movie shows you that, which is really great because most movies will have a moment where they go, oh, I killed someone and I didn't feel good. Boo-hoo. You know what I mean? It's that they tell you, they don't show you. When here it's, I mean, they have to show you because the movie is it has such a brisk pace, yet somehow still has really great moments of characterization. Like, you feel for her torture, you feel for the loss of her daughter, you feel for the girl Mia, who is the orphan, she's a runaway. Like, you feel for her, and you know, she gets bogged into this because she gets kidnapped and gets rescued by the main character, and that's the inciting incident that moves them forward together. And the whole movie just fucking works. Cinematically, cinematography, fuck. Narratively, it's perfect. And what's crazy is this movie didn't need a big budget to feel big. There's also a part in the film that I'm not going to spoil, but I'm merely going to insinuate that when it comes to the multiversal element, I thought that because we were at a brisk pace, we would not have time to explore how she got the machine, where this world, like how this world moves and how it functions. There's one entire set piece dedicated to answering those questions, and it was just the right amount to almost feel like shit like this exists somewhere. Like, there are people who secretly function with multiversal travel. Like, there's a ring of people who traffic humans and items through this sort of device. It's so well done, so fucking creative in a movie in 40 minutes. This does more than most movies do with 2 or 3 sequels. Like, it's genuinely astounding how fucking good this movie is. And it's heavy emotionally. There's a good message, but it moves. There's action, there are thrills, there is a sense of cosmic tension. Like, the movie is just one of a kind. um and maybe I've already said this before, but this might be the movie to beat for the rest of the year for me. We will see. But other than that, I'm gonna leave this review at that. I don't want to say much more. Just please go watch Redux Redux before it leaves theaters. It was one showing in the middle of the day for the next 4 to 5 days. So and it was mostly one theater I had to drive 30-40 minutes out of the way for. So if you have the chance to watch it, I implore you, unfuck it right now and go watch it. And like always, I'll see you guys at the movies.